We are going to be looking at some of the craziest filler transformations on the internet. And if you guys wind up liking this, maybe this can become a series. Now, let me holler at you for a quick second here. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I am not N-O-T endorsing any of the places that performed any of these procedures. I don't even know these people. I just found it on the internet. Please do your own research. Now, another disclaimer. I am not passing any judgment here because I myself personally have dibble dabbled, well, a little more than a dibble dabble, more like a dabble dibble into the world of Botox and filler myself, which I have fully documented on this channel, so make sure you check that out. But alas, keep watching. We're gonna start with some palette cleansers first before we get into the WTF. Cool? Cool. So now let's take a look at this first picture. So this first one shows to me what looks like an amazing transformation. And let's see what the caption reads. The caption reads, filler timeline. Left picture was before filler. Middle picture was after second syringe of under eye filler, lip filler, cheek/jaw filler, and chin filler. Right picture is 6 months later. She hasn't come in for any additional filler yet. Besides a little more lip filler that was done after the right picture was taken. So after the picture on the far right was taken, she came back and got a little bit more lip filler. I'm not as well versed on lip filler. I've never gotten them myself, but I've definitely gotten eye and cheek filler. And they continue on to say she's just been loving her results that will carry her out a good 6 months more and using skincare to maintain the quality and the integrity of her skin. Moral of the post, trust the process. Your results will only get better with time. I think she looks amazing in the middle picture, but I can definitely see in the picture on the far right where she got some additional lift in her cheeks. And see, this is the thing. Filler isn't always going to give you the crazy jigsaw look. Sometimes you will get a look just like this where you look a little bit more refreshed. You still look like you. You look refreshed, rejuvenated, and lifted. Now the thing with filler, and we'll talk about this more in the video, is that it doesn't last always, right? And for some instances, that's a good thing that it doesn't last always. Now, how long your filler lasts depends on a couple of things: where you got it done, how much filler, your body's metabolism. There's a couple of factors that go into it. Typically, under eye filler lasts about a year, maybe a little bit more for some people. Lip filler, from my understanding, I'm not well versed in it. I haven't personally gotten lip filler, but lip filler, from my understanding, you may need to go in a little bit more for a little bit of touch-ups. It depends, of course. And cheek filler can last a little bit longer, let's say a year, maybe 2 years for the cheek filler. But we'll talk more about that later in the video. All right, let's look at our next photo. That looks amazing. Okay, so let's read the caption. Under eye refresh. So 1 syringe of Restylane L has helped this alluring babe look more awake and refreshed. Now all of the focus goes to her beautiful eyes, and I would have to agree. She looked amazing in both instances. However, you cannot deny that she looks more refreshed and more rejuvenated with the under eye filled. All right, how y'all doing out there? Because I know sometimes these filler and Botox videos can have y'all beside yourselves sometimes, but how you doing? Okay, we're gonna do another palette cleanser, and then we're gonna move on into a little bit of the WTF. All right, next look. That is very nice. Again, very natural look. She looks like herself, just more refreshed. Let's read the caption. Who is considered a good candidate for under eye filler? Patients who are good candidates are ones who are looking to correct hollowness under their eyes or looking for a refreshed appearance. Excellent candidates have good skin elasticity and adequate skin thickness. Still not sure if this is right for you? Schedule a complimentary consultation with us at peacelovemed.com. Now again, I don't know these people. Do your research. They seem to do great work, but again, do your research for any of these people that I have shown on the screen here and will show, because I don't know these folks. I'm just looking at this on the internet. Now, you might be wondering, like, what exactly is filler? Like, what are people filling in their faces? And when you don't know what exactly it is, then you start thinking, like, it could be anything. Like, they just filling it up with, like, you know, gasoline or something. But maybe not now, because the gasoline prices is up there. So in the case of most of what I've shown you already and what I will continue to show you in this video, most, if not all, are hyaluronic acid filler. Hyaluronic acid is a substance that is naturally found in the body. You will also hear this word a lot, particularly in skincare products. In skincare products, it helps to hydrate and plump the skin. Now, the thing is, you can apply it topically and it'll do you some good, but if you're really looking to combat that volume loss, you want to have that injected in, which is the hyaluronic acid fillers that you're seeing in this video. And no, you cannot just use an eye cream to get the type of results that you have seen here. Eye creams definitely have their place in a routine. I have under eye filler, I have gotten Botox, and I still use eye creams. Eye creams are great for moisturizing the eye area. That area can tend to be very dry and it needs moisture. Some people can use whatever moisturizer they use for their face for the under eye area. I have oily skin, but the area underneath my eyes is a little drier. Sometimes the moisturizer that I'm using for my oily skin may not be appropriate for underneath there, so I will use an eye cream, but don't get it twisted. An eye cream is only going to do but so much. And no, you don't have to just make sure that you find the right eye cream to address volume. Eye creams cannot address volume loss. Got it? Good. Now, how much does this mess cost? Now, that is something that is going to vary. It depends on where you're getting the filler placed. Are you getting under eye? Are you getting cheek? Are you getting lip? How much filler you need? Obviously, the more filler that you need, the more that it's going to cost. What type of filler are you gonna get? There are many manufacturers who make filler, and even within those manufacturers, there are different types. There are some that are so-called softer than others, so there's a price differential there as well. Also, where you live is going to factor in. Going to a place in Manhattan is probably going to be a lot more than if you went someplace in Idaho. Also, who you go to is going to affect the pricing. If you go to someone who is very experienced, who is high profile, you are going to be paying a high penny for them to fill your face. But I know some of y'all like to hear that dollar sign, hear the money shaking and the coins dropping. The average range for under eye filler is maybe about $500 to $1,500 per syringe. Now, while you do want to watch your coins, filler is not something that you necessarily want to be bargain shopping with, because if the prices are too low, are unbelievably low compared to everyone else, that could be a red flag. You definitely want to make sure that you do your you want to do your due diligence either way. Even if you're paying a lot of money, you definitely want to do your due diligence, but especially if them prices are looking kind of like on the low side. Now, again, I mentioned before that hyaluronic acid filler lasts about a year, maybe a little bit longer if you get it in the cheeks, maybe a little bit less if you get it in the lips. But each time you get filler, you do get a bit of a collagen boost. So if you need to get it a second time, you're probably gonna realize that you needed less filler than you need your initial time. Now, filler is not the end all be all when it comes to facial rejuvenation. There are so many other procedures out there, and filler and Botox are not going to always be the correct vehicle to address certain issues. So there are gonna be times where it's like, nah, boo, it's not gonna be filler. You need to see a facial plastic surgeon when it comes to certain issues. So it's always good to have consultations and do your research. Now let's move on. We're moving towards the WTF, but let's move on to this next video.
Guys get Botox and fillers too. You guess what we did to keep him looking fresh? Like and follow for daily beauty content, and when you're ready for yours, come see me.
Yep, see, men, black men, also get injections. Now, she didn't mention in this video what he got, but looking at the before and afters, it appears as if he had some under eye filler, because you can see a difference in the volume in the before and after. Also looks like he might have gotten some Botox in the forehead to relax those lines, because you're seeing them in the before and then you're not seeing them in the after. So men get it too. All right, now we're getting into the medium part of the video.
Consulting with a patient today. She asked me, Janelle, have you ever done anything to your face? I actually get asked this a lot. Let me tell you, I have done so many things to my face. It's been a little while because I got a baby But beforehand, let me tell you what I've done. Injected filler into my cheeks and my under eyes. Before, I used to have like a line for my under eyes, ran through my cheeks, creating the shadow. It looked like I had a dent in my face. Put a little filler, got rid of that. Used a collagen stimulator into my temples. When I lose weight, when I exercise a lot, I get hollow right through here and I look kind of like a peanut head. Then filler into my chin for some facial balance and to help elongate my jawline. There's all fat underneath my jaw. That's permanent. I have Botox my entire face, brown, forehead lines, bunny lines around my eye, my chin dimpling, jaw and temples for TMJ symptoms, my neck bands, done everything. Still feel that I look like myself with a little less lines and wrinkles, a little balance, a little plump. I think it's good for being 33, even though I consider myself like 20. If you have questions or want me to talk more about my experience, let me know.
I don't know this person, but I like her, right? Like her videos and her tone is just so like warm and inviting. I've actually watched a couple of her TikTok videos. Anyway, it's good to see someone who actually does this do it on themselves as well and what they do. Now, she mentioned a long list of things that she has done, and I think she looks amazing. I don't think she looks like, you know, she don't look like Jigsaw. She don't look like some of the extreme cases that we've talked about before. I think she still looks good. All right, now buckle up because we about to shake the table. Yo, the things that they can do with noses without surgery. Now, let me read you the caption, which I had to copy and paste into Google Translate. Now, mind you, this is all temporary, but let's see what the caption says. Non-surgical rhinoplasty step by step. Local anesthesia is used for the procedure without the slightest discomfort for the client. I use cannulas. These are thin needles with a blunt tip. They are strong and flexible. The cannula eliminates the risk of damage to blood vessels and connective tissues. It dispenses the drug better than a regular needle. Non-surgical rhinoplasty with fillers takes no more than half an hour. The result is visible immediately after the procedure. A consultation with a specialist is required before the procedure. There are contraindications. Now again, disclaimer, I don't know these people. I just found a video on the internet and thought, wow, this is quite entertaining to look at and to share. So again, if you're looking into any of these type of procedures, make sure you do your due diligence and your research. Now me, I've never considered any procedures with my nose, other than maybe something for my sinuses, because my sinuses be bothering me. I'm like, what can I do for the sinuses? But to change the look or the shape of my nose, that has never crossed my mind. But this looks crazy. Well, not crazy in a bad way, but just like, wow, like look at the things that they can do with without surgery. Now, the thing is, if you wind up liking this look, it can be expensive if you continue to do this the non-surgical route, because by the time you keep doing the filler, it may cost you about as much or maybe even more than if you just went and got, you know, the surgery done. So keep that in mind. And also, when you are looking to get procedures done like this, make sure you go to someone who specializes in the procedure that you are going for. It's not good enough that they're a doctor. Because I love me a cardiologist, right? But a cardiologist ain't gonna be putting my Botox in. And it's also not good enough for them to just be a plastic surgeon. If they're doing bodies, they may not necessarily be that great at the face. I would definitely go to someone who specializes in what it is that they are doing. Now, let's move on to the next video. Excuse me, what? What? So again, I had to copy and paste the caption into Google Translate, and hopefully Google Translate has a good command of the language. But the caption, according to Google Translate, reads, "In just one session, you can achieve a radical transformation." Like, I see. So a number of procedures were performed on the video. She had thread lifting, correction of the nasolacrimal sulcus, Jolie angles, cheekbone contouring, lip contouring, chin contouring. The result is a completely rejuvenated look and brightened skin immediately after one session. Before the procedure, a specialist consultation is required. There are contraindications. Now, I don't know if they added a filter as well on top of the after, because I'm like, whoa, what is happening here? All right, next one, y'all ready? What sis, that. Oh God. Oh, you see that? Jesus Christ. All right, like, okay. Google Translate, copy and paste with the caption, because we need to find out what the heck just happened here. So, caption reads, according to Google Translate, full face promotion minus 50%. Okay, these people are giving promotions too, but again, I don't know if they got a filter or something on top of also what they did. So be mindful. And again, I don't know these people. An individual set of procedures aimed at complete beautification and rejuvenation of the entire face. For one session, shaping the contours and volumes of the face, wrinkle smoothing, improving skin quality. Correction results are visible immediately after procedure and last for several years. Okay, this sounds like maybe they did a little bit more than, I don't know, what y'all done did? This seems like a little bit more. Okay, let's keep reading, And thanks to the high-tech component composition, the following processes are launched in the body. Self-rejuvenation, collagen regeneration, production of hyaluronic acid. A number of procedures were performed on the video. Cheekbone contouring, Jolie angles, chin contouring, lip contouring, fox eyes, non-surgical rhinoplasty, correction of the nasolacrimal sulcus. Before the procedure, a specialist consultation is required. There are contraindications. So there were a little bit more than little injections and stuff going on. And if there were some other like procedures, like plastic surgery procedures, I'm like, okay, there has to be a lot of time in the after, because I didn't see any swelling or bruising or anything like that. So, you know, sometimes you gotta watch what you see on the internet. Wow, now the thing is, right, like, it ain't none of my business what people do to their faces. Whatever makes them happy, you know, boom, boom, boom. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, boom, 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 right? But it's like when you reemerge into society to people that you knew before, like, what is that transition like? Because it's obvious that you look so different. And me, I get annoyed pretty easily when I have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. If I were to get such drastic changes done to my face, I would have to just leave and move someplace else and start life all over again. Because I'm not trying to explain every single time I run into someone what the heck happened with my face. You know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let me know, what do you think of videos like this? Is there an appetite for it? Because maybe I might need to start having some facial plastic surgeons come on the channel and talk about some things. Let me know. Well, actually, I feel like y'all tell me one thing and then do the opposite. Like, you'll tell me, oh, I don't like this kind of stuff, but then the views be all high. And then you'll tell me, oh, I love these, and then the views be all low. So I'm gonna go by your actions. So you say whatever you want in the comments, I'm still gonna go by your actions. For your viewing pleasure, I'm going to leave you here with some additional videos to watch. One is my playlist on Black skincare over 40. A lot of the stuff that I talked about, like when I talk about when I do my filler and my Botox and all of this stuff, I actually did that stuff in my 30s, but you know, Black skincare over 40 has a certain ring to it that y'all seem to really enjoy. But just know that, like, if you're in your 30s, you can watch it too. And anyway, follow me on social. The links will be in the description box, and I will see you fine folks in my next video. Bye guys!